All right, so I'm going to start building in public. The top brand builders, I'm not going to let perfection hold me back from progression. And it's cliche, but I want to really cut down on the friction as much as possible and create an easy way to be consistent. It's all about consistency. So the goal of this channel is to be incredibly transparent. There's a there's a lot I want to say, but as far as like the Twitter community, there's a big building in public type movement, or kind of, it's not a trend because it's been around for a while, but I really like it, and I look up to Jack Butcher a lot, and he has grown his influence and just his business from when I started first following him. I think I was one of the first couple thousand followers of his, humble brag, and now he's doing 6 figures a month. And he used this principle of just being incredibly transparent. So that's where, and now I see, like, I trust him so much because he's been the same guy all along, and you just want to, I don't know, you just cheer for him. You cheer for him because you've seen the whole progression. And that's what I'm doing now. So I have a video marketing business. I do some photos, as photography, real estate photography, drone work. And I'm always so caught up with the aesthetic of how something might look. And right now, I just want to be more about the information and helping other people like myself build a brand. And so a lot of the pillar content for this will be podcast content, but I also want to just make original content, on certain topics that I find interesting. And so some of the topics that I'll be covering will be audience building, storytelling, interviewing, human behavior and psychology, community building in public, content strategy. And this is just my first pass through trying to get ideas. But I think there's a gap right now as far as applying video marketing principles and just marketing principles in general to content in the context of business to business. And so that's my goal here, is really to help solopreneurs, small business owners, and who else? I was thinking about some other people. I guess just marketers in general, but help people build their brand so that they're no longer fighting on commodities and they're fighting on value and perceived value of what they can offer. Brand is powerful, it takes time, and it doesn't happen by chance. So once you realize how long something actually takes to become successful, that's where you start really valuing time, because you're like, holy crap, this cliche of how it's our greatest asset and the only non-renewable resource, it's true. It really is true. So, but once you realize how long success takes, it's like, wow, I really have to get going here. So anyways, all that to say, I'm very excited. I'm going to be generating ideas for video content through various ways, one of which I'll probably just be skimming YouTube competitor channels to see what's popular right now. And I have a kind of a working mental model principle of whenever you're starting something new, just cover the classics. So when I started first learning piano, or my brother learned guitar, or when I was playing drums, like, we would play, actually not really with piano. My piano teacher never let me actually. I was always playing like classical shit, and that's probably why I didn't like it at the time. So then I moved to drums, and I just started playing Weezer and Red Hot Chili Peppers and just stuff that I liked. And I think that's when you learn really quickly in the beginning, is you're just copying. And I mean, I'll put my own twist on it. If you're creating something yourself, there's already a sense of originality because you're doing it. So, all that to say is we'll see where this goes from here. I have a couple pillar topics I'd like to cover, but yeah, I'm not going to babble on any more than necessary. I'm excited. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I'm going to be very, like I said, non-critical about the aesthetic of the videos, at least in the beginning. And hopefully that works. Hopefully it'll gain some traction. Hopefully the information that I share and what I'm learning along the way will be more valuable than the high production value. My idea with this is to be just as much of a student in some cases as a teacher in others. So the best way to learn something is to teach something. And so maybe there'll be times when I'm teaching you, but that's really just because I want to learn it better. So the motivation for this is I want to become a better marketer. And I'm going to do it on a platform like YouTube that is the second largest search engine in the world. And there's 2 billion people online right now. And I think there's like 7.5 billion people in the world. So not even like less than half of the people in the world are online. And so there's a huge opportunity still, even though it feels like YouTube's saturated. There's a huge opportunity to get your voice out there and be heard. Try to create value for somebody that connects with you, because we all connect with people differently. And so maybe someone will like the way I teach, and if you don't, that's okay too. There's plenty of other teachers out there teaching marketing. So with that, peace out. Thanks for joining me, and maybe see you next week. Maybe see you this week. Probably see you this week. We'll see.